It's like you were saying. You ever go to people's houses and they talk and then they say shit for 20 minutes? It's like by Studio City where I live. Go to that coffee shop from time to time. You know what they were saying in there?
What?
The day after the Vegas shooter. The Vegas shooter was Sunday night. Do you know what these idiots were saying in there on Monday?
What?
That this had to do with women's rights and the abortions, and they just talk. This new breed of Gentiles, they just talk. That's all they do, is talk with big words to impress you. But they don't say shit. They don't say shit. 3 or 4 big words to let you know they're smart, and then they didn't say nothing.
Well, there's a lot of repeating narratives, right?
Oh, yeah. Every time, the new show I'm going to do, I'm buying one of those little tape recorders, and I'm putting them under these 6 fucking morons every day. Then at night, I'm going to do a show about what they discussed. Because this is 60% of America, what these fucking people are talking about. This is the idiots. The shit that comes out of their mouth is amazing. And you sit there and go, no wonder fucking ISIS wants to shoot us. Listen to these fucking dummies. Listen to what's coming out of their mouth. Women's rights? That's what they were talking about.
Well, what was their argument? They were saying that the guy,
argument
shot
is
everybody.
Their argument is everybody trying to be smarter than everybody. It's just 6 people trying to outwit each other. It's like when you go to those fucking dinner parties you talk about. And by the time they serve the salad, you want to put a gun in your fucking mouth. Why am I even fucking here with these people? I could have stopped at Burger King and had a better fucking time. That's why I don't go to those dinner parties, because there's 8 people talk. And once politics comes up, you lose me, Joe Rogan. I don't want to hear about it no more. You lose me. You lose me. These new political people talking nonsense, you lose me. Move forward. Either impeach them, get a new one, or shut the fuck up. I can't. You ever put the news on anymore?
Well, it's definitely
first 20 minutes
on you.
He didn't send the check. He called her. What the fuck, man? Just tell, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? There's got to be something more. There's got to be a seal stuck on a beach somewhere in this fucking country. Something more important than this shit every fucking day. So the politics is over in my world. Religion, you know, I don't want to, you're not supposed to talk about politics or religion at those fucking things. But this new breed of Gentile, they just talk for the sense of talking, to see who's the smartest person in the room, and at the end of the day, they're all a bunch of dumb fucks anyway. Knoxville's a great little fucking town. Like a cute little Tennessee town.
Is it?
It's like hip. It's a football, you know, like a college town. So I get there on Friday night, Joe Rogan. I'm headlining. I got 38 minutes. I just moved to L.A. and I signed with Creative Management, and they booked those rooms. So they were booking me out as a headliner. I was just dying slow death. So what they did was they put me in one-nighters that paid like $275 a night. They weren't bad. Clark, Tennessee, you know. And we go to this Knoxville for 2 nights, and I go in there, and you know me, dog, I'm fucking crazy. First night I go in there, Friday night, there's 20 people for the first show. And there's a girl, Joe Rogan, that's a 12, with a guy that's a 4. Okay? And it's her birthday, you know. Meanwhile, through it, she just turned 21. It's her birthday. Okay? Hi, happy birthday. What's going on here? You know, because once you start hearing noise, you have to react to it as a comic. And you go, what's going on here? You're 21. I said, you're very beautiful. And then she just went and ran with it and started talking about how her husband pimps her out. He would have fights on, and for $20 you could fuck him in the back room.
20?
The fights were on. Whatever. I don't know. That on Fridays he would bring her to the construction truck. He would bring a truck with her to the construction site and put a mattress in the back. And at lunchtime, he would let her friends, and she's telling me this, it's like she's talking, and people like just holding their breaths, like, what is going on here? This girl is beautiful, and this retard is just pimping her. So in between shows, I go upstairs to do a line or smoke a joint or whatever the fuck I'm doing. When I come back, I see her by herself, and we start talking, and what's going on? Oh my God, I had such a great time. I go, is that stuff true? And she goes, yeah. I go, show me the monkey. And she took me in the woman's bathroom, pulled down her pants. The girl had a monkey that was spotless. It nearly stunk. I ate it. I fingered her some, and then she sucked my dick. That was it. I went back to my room. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I scored. I go back for the second show. There's 8 people. But by the time I go back for the second show, Joe Rogan, she's sitting in the back. She's 21, and she's looking at me like this. She's fucked up. And 10 minutes into my spot, set, because I was headlining, she starts going, I sucked the comedian's dick tonight. And the husband's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I sucked his dick, and he came in my mouth. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? The cops had to hold him back, and he's like, I want my $40. That's all he wanted. He didn't care that his wife sucked my dick at this comedy bathroom.
Oh, my God.
When the cops came, he kept saying, man, somebody's going to get hurt if I don't have my $40. That's a $40 blowjob. Did you come in her mouth? Because if I wouldn't have come, it would have been like 20. All he cared about was the $40, dog.
So he told me that backstage at your show,
God.
and I fucking started hyperventilating.
$40 for his wife. So every time somebody would refer to Shirley, they go, have you met Shirley yet?
Yeah.
And you go, no. And they go, oh, and they'd walk away. Well, Shirley, whoever the captain of that base was, the head of the base, she was his wife. And if a band came to town or a comedian came to town, she blew him. That's it. That was the rule. Like, he would sit out there with his fucking military on, with all his shit, and clap. And she'd be in the back, Zukalamink, to the whole band. I mean, this is crazy. So I didn't know about this. She came over and started talking to me, and then she started talking, oh, you're Cuban. I dated a Cuban one time. He had such a big dick. You have a big dick? I mean, it was that quick. What? It was that quick. Like, she just gets to it. She's like 50. I was maybe like 31. She was maybe 50.
Wow.
And she just dropped behind the curtain, took the hammer out, and started Zukalamink. I'm sitting there minding my own business. And all of a sudden, somebody comes yelling for her, Shirley, Shirley, Shirley. Now, usually, Shirley would get up and stop sucking your dick. Not Shirley. She moved her knees. Like, I had knee on belly.
Right.
You know when somebody puts knee on belly, you're supposed to move this way?
Right.
That's what she did with her knees. She kept sucking and just kept moving this way. I tried to take it out of her mouth. She wouldn't let it. She's like, no, no, no. She wouldn't stop till, I mean, and they're like, Shirley, we're looking for you out here.
Man,
This is crazy shit.
I can't. I'm overstimulated. I feel like I need psychiatric treatment right now and an IV.
Oh, you just finish that fucking drink, all right?
Oh my God.
Zukalamink is the greatest thing anyone's ever said.
That is the best word of all time. Minkia juice, Zukalamink.
Zukalamink.
Well, it's Minkia. But when they say Suka, they cut it short.
What is the word? What does it mean?
Minkia means suck my dick. Minkia in the dialect of Italian. Suka means suck.
Right, okay.
You know, it's so weird how the more
Is
you
this
go.
Spanish?
This is Italian, Sicilian.
Really?
So the deeper you go down the boot, the more, is it closer to Spain or is it farther from Spain? The closer Italy is from Spain, when people from that area speak Italian, I don't care how fast they're talking, they can't put the wool over me because I can pick up every 4 words.
Oh, right.
So Sicilians say suka. What's suck in Spanish?
Chupa.
Chupa. You're in the neighborhood.
Right.
Sukalamink. When they say Sukalaminkia, like, you know, well, what are you going to do today? I don't know, I'm going to go out and get my minkia sucked. But Sukalamink is just the short.
That's your
short
second
version.
shirt of this show.
Sukalamink.
Sure.
And then you got minkia juice. It comes at you however you want it. Made Saint on 148th Street and Broadway. But for me, it wasn't to be a killer or to be anything like that. I can't carry guns. I can't go in cars with strange people. I can't do business with 3 people. I can't say, I hope Jamie fucking gets hit by a car. I'm not allowed to say all those things. I don't use it the way in the late 70s.
Why can't you do business with 3 people?
Because 2 of them will sidle up against you. And that's the same thing that happened to me on my kidnapping. I robbed somebody with 3 people. I can't stay in anything. Look at my life now. Look at my life when I was snorting white powder. My saint in my head is control. Like, that's why I always wear a white T-shirt on Mondays. It's the day of the spirit.
What? You always wear a white T-shirt on Monday?
Look at my shoes. They're white on white.
Always?
When I step out of the shower, I walk onto
Only
a
on
white
Monday?
shower mat every day.
Every day.
Every day. I'm still very Santeria in my head. And when I saw them ripping my mother's clothes off, I was about 5. I'm like, fuck you black motherfuckers. And I started running down Bronx Boulevard. They had to chase me and bring me back. I didn't want to do it. It's an all-night ceremony. It's all night on a Friday.
It's crazy.
All night on Friday,
long.
12 hours long.
Oh, my God.
You sleep, and then Sunday is when they read your future to you. And then for a week, you just live in a corner, white, They paint your head. You're bald.
What?
So I had to go back to school on Monday bald with a hat. They said he's not allowed in here with a hat. My mother gave the principal a small nickel, and I was allowed to wear the hat from 9 to 3. But then at 3 o'clock, I had to go home and change into white clothes for a year. Not allowed
For
to
a
look.
year.
I had to dress in white. Not
For
allowed.
a year.
A year. So for my cause, I would just have to wear
Imagine the
white
dry cleaning
underwear,
bills.
white socks, and white T-shirt. Because I was a kid. I can't keep wearing fucking white every day. I'm ripping shit.
Right.
So now your hair has to grow back. So when I walk into, there's a ton of Santeria in L.A.
Really?
I don't deal with it at all because it's all the same thing like everything else in L.A. It's a bunch of white people who didn't grow up in it. And there's a hot black guy, and they want to really just suck his dick, and he's telling them about spirits. I saw a video today. I'm like, shame on them. It's all confused. It's like those white chicks that suck that Hindu dick when they go to hot yoga.
Yes,
You know that guy that sucked it?
Bikram.
Bikram. Bikram is a pig. He got a bunch of white chicks with hummus flavor in their mouth from sucking that Bikram dick. You know, well, he gets to me inside. You suck that dick that smells like hummus chips.